Pranking problems. Zoe and Lily love to play pranks. They played pranks on their mom. They played pranks on their dad. They even played pranks on their dog. Zoe and Lily only did pranks at home, but one day they decided to try some pranks on their friends. They loaded up their backpacks with water balloons and fake spiders. Then they headed to the park. Before the girls made it to the park, they saw their friend Austin playing outside. They put a few fake spiders under a leaf and called him over. "Hey!" Austin greeted. The girls grinned at each other. "Hi, Austin," Zoe snickered. "Check out this cool maple leaf." "Awesome," Austin said as he picked up the leaf. But when he saw the spiders, he yelled in surprise. The girls laughed. Austin did too when he realized the spiders weren't real. Before the girls made it to the park, they saw their friend Austin playing outside. They put a few fake spiders under a leaf and called him over. "Hey!" Austin greeted. The girls grinned at each other. "Hi, Austin," Zoe snickered. "Check out this cool maple leaf." "Awesome," Austin said as he picked up the leaf. But when he saw the spiders, he yelled in surprise. The girls laughed. Austin did too when he realized the spiders weren't real. "Good prank," he laughed. When they got to the park, the girls spotted their friend Charlie. Zoe and Lily quickly hid behind a tree and pulled their water balloons out. When Charlie was walking by, they jumped out and tossed their balloons at him. The girls laughed. Charlie did not laugh. "My poster!" Charlie yelled. "You ruined the poster I made." "It was a prank," Zoe explained with a big smile. Charlie did not smile back. Lily explained that they were just trying to make him laugh. "It was a prank," Zoe said again. "Pranks are funny." But Charlie didn't think it was funny at all. "Your prank ruined the poster I made to decorate my uncle's birthday party," Charlie said with a frown. "It was an accident. We didn't know you had a poster," Lily said. Charlie was feeling frustrated. They didn't seem to understand why he was so upset. He took a deep breath and began to explain. "You were trying to be funny, but it wasn't funny to me," Charlie said. "It doesn't matter that you didn't know I was holding a poster. You still ruined it." Zoe and Lily looked at each other. They both felt bad. Their pranks had never hurt anyone before. "We're really sorry," Lily started. "That should have been the first thing we said. We can't go back in time and fix the poster, but we can help you make a new one," Zoe offered. Charlie felt a little bit better. "That sounds good. If all three of us work on it, I can still make it to the party on time," he smiled. After they made a new poster, Charlie headed to the party. The girls walked home. "We need to be more careful with our pranks," Zoe said. "And if we mess up, we should say sorry right away," Lily replied. "Right," Zoe agreed. By Naomi O'Brien. After playing tag at the playground, Derek and Alani sat at a picnic table and spread out their lunches. They had both brought their favorite food. Alani brought Spam musubi, and Derek brought leftover curry chicken and rice. Alani looked over at Derek's lunch and wrinkled her nose. Derek looked over at Alani's lunch and made a face. "What is that?" they both asked each other at the same time. Derek explained that his family was from Jamaica and they had curry for many meals. "My dad uses curry powder to season the chicken and we eat it with rice. It's my favorite," he exclaimed. "My family eats curry sometimes too," Alani said, "but it doesn't look like that." Alani explained that in Hawaii, where her mom grew up, Spam musubi was a popular lunch food. It's meat on top of rice and it's wrapped in nori. Nori is roasted seaweed. It's so good. "Wow, I didn't know you could eat seaweed," Derek said. "Do you want to try some of mine?" Alani asked. "Maybe," Derek started. "Will you try mine?" They were both nervous about trying something new. Both friends were worried about hurting the other one's feelings. What if they didn't like it? Derek and Alani thought about what they should do. "My mom always tells me it's good to try new things," Alani said. "My dad says the same thing," Derek replied. "I've never had food from Hawaii," Derek said slowly. "But if you say Spam musubi is good, I want to try it. I guess I could at least try Jamaican curry." "I'll try yours too," Alani said with a nervous smile. They decided to take a bite of each other's food on the count of 3. "1," Alani started. "2," Derek continued. "3," they counted together. Then they closed their eyes and each took a bite. Derek and Alani chewed slowly. "What do you think?" Alani asked. "You were right. Seaweed is so good. I liked the saltiness from the Spam too," Derek smiled. "Your curry was so flavorful. I wish my dad made chicken like this," Alani said with a grin. They finished their lunches and headed back to the playground. "I'm excited to see what you bring for lunch tomorrow," Alani said. "I'll ask my dad to pack extra if you ask your mom to do the same," Derek replied. "It's a deal," Alani smiled. Priya and Esther were in Priya's backyard drawing pictures of each other. Priya's mom gave the girls some snacks to eat and sunscreen to put on while they sat outside. "Why did you use that color for my skin?" Esther asked, looking at Priya's drawing. "What do you mean?" Priya asked. "I always use this color." "Well, that's not what my skin looks like," Esther said, holding up her arm. "We aren't the same color." Priya held her arm up next to her friends. She knew that she and Esther had different skin colors, but she didn't know why. "You're right," Priya said, looking at her friend's arm. Priya wondered why their skin looked so different. "I just learned all about this at the doctor's," Esther exclaimed. "It's because of melanin." Melanin? What's that? Priya asked. Melanin is something that everyone has in their skin. It's very tiny and you can't see it, Esther explained. If you have darker skin, that means you have a lot of melanin. If you have lighter skin, you have a little bit. That's really cool, Priya said. I thought so too, Esther agreed. So we all have melanin, but we don't have the same amounts. Why? Priya asked. I asked my doctor that too, Esther replied. Esther drew a picture for Priya. She explained how people get their skin color from their relatives and family that lived long ago. Melanin also helps to protect our skin from the sun, Esther explained. But my mom says that I still have to wear sunscreen, she added. She says everyone should. Do other things have melanin? Priya asked. Yes, Esther answered. My doctor also told me that animals have melanin too. Melanin gives zebras their stripes and lions their golden fur color. Well, it looks like I need to add a little more melanin to this drawing, Priya said, smiling at her friend. Here, Esther said, smiling back. You can use this crayon. This is the color I always use when I draw myself. Thanks, Priya said. When the girls finished drawing, they exchanged pictures. I love it, Esther exclaimed. It looks just like me.
For everyone. Jake had a decision to make. For Wear Your Favorite Color Day at school, he put 2 shirts on his bed. One was pink and one was blue. Jake decided to wear the pink shirt. He liked blue too, but pink was his favorite color. He put on his shirt and went to school. Jake got to his class and sat down next to his friend Ashley. Jake, Ashley said, looking confused. Why are you wearing that shirt? What do you mean? Jake asked. Pink is for girls, Ashley replied. Ashley's words made his face feel hot. He was embarrassed and felt like hiding. Jake looked around the room. Most of the girls were wearing pink or purple, and most of the boys were wearing blue or green. Jake tried not to let it bother him. His family always said that pink wasn't just for girls, and blue wasn't just for boys. My parents said that some people think that pink is just for girls, but it's not true, Jake said. Pink is for everyone. Then why aren't any other boys wearing pink? Ashley asked. Pink is my favorite color, Jake said, sounding braver than he felt. When it was lunchtime, Jake felt nervous. What if his family was wrong and Ashley was right? What if the other kids think it's weird and not just Ashley? What if it was weird for a boy to be wearing pink? He wished he had worn his blue shirt. On the way to the lunchroom, Jake heard some kids behind him laughing. Are they laughing at me? He wondered. When he got to the lunchroom, he couldn't believe his eyes. He saw that he wasn't the only boy wearing pink. Everyone was wearing every color of the rainbow. Jake began to smile. "Ashley, look!" Jake exclaimed. There were other boys he knew, wearing pink too. "You made me feel bad about liking pink, but it's okay for anyone to like any color," Jake said. "It's not just for girls." "Sorry," Ashley mumbled quietly. Jake loved pink. He was glad he wore his favorite color to school. "Cool shirt," one of the older kids said. Jake couldn't stop smiling.
A problem at night. Kezzy was getting ready for bed. She followed the same routine every night. She changed into her pajamas, put on her bonnet, and brushed her teeth. The last thing she always did was grab her favorite stuffed animal, Ellie, and get into bed. Kezzy looked at the rocking chair near her bed. She remembered reading books there with Ellie that morning, but he wasn't there. "Dad!" Kezzy called out. Kezzy's dad rushed in looking concerned. "What's wrong?" he asked. "I can't find Ellie," Kezzy cried. "I can't sleep without him." "Ellie is your responsibility, Kezzy," her dad said gently. "You have a few minutes to look for him, and then it's time for bed." Kezzy began to cry. She couldn't sleep without Ellie, but she wasn't sure where to start looking. "Kezzy, you've got to calm down so you can think clearly," she told herself. Kezzy used her bonnet to wipe away her tears and then took a deep breath. She counted to 10 and took another deep breath.